Welcome to TV3 News Journal. I'm Carla Beard. A World War II-era transport plane recently made an emergency landing at our local airport, Metal Field. The plane's owner and crew told us about their airplane and why they chose to land in Connersville.
Well, we did a big event in St. Louis, Missouri, and we were en route to Lock Haven, Pennsylvania, when we just passed Indianapolis eastbound, and our number one engine showed signs of failing. So we had to disable it, shut it down, and make the emergency landing. And this airport looked so good on the chart, we chose the Connersville Airport. Well, as I was looking over the chart, looking for a place to land, I passed up a few 5,000-foot runways and saw on the chart an unbelievable 6,500-foot runway with this little community, which really surprised me.
The airplane itself is a Douglas C-54 Skymaster. It was designed and built during World War II for transatlantic crossing. The most famous thing that it did was it participated in the Berlin airlift of 1948-49. And this airplane is a flying museum in tribute to the Berlin airlift of 1948-49. The inside is a museum exhibit. So we go around to various events. Sometimes we create our own events.
Well, this is our number one engine, the one that failed. And we are now under the task of replacing it with a replacement engine. We are literally overwhelmed at the friendliness here in Indiana, especially here at Connersville. And just want to thank everybody for their support and kind help during this dilemma that we're undertaking here.
Connersville TV3 recently won a national award for live sports production. Here are Mayor Chad Frank and TV3 Director John Pawsey to tell us more.
A great asset we have in Connersville is TV3 Studios, which was recently recognized for a national award in Chicago last week. John, you want to tell us about the award?
Sure. This is from the Alliance for Community Media. It's a national organization of access centers across the country. The award is for live sports coverage, live competition, and includes student. This is not just TV3, but also CHS Media in cooperation with Sydney Job, the CHS Media teacher, who created a new class last year to do sports production. And so we've integrated them fully into TV3 in our sports production, trained them how to do the different positions, and they really did an excellent job last year, as can be seen by the fact that we got a national award for it.
TV3 does a lot for us. They host all of our meetings live. They do a lot for the city, the county, and you work with the schools, which is a great opportunity to get the younger generation interested in TV media. And we have kids who have graduated high school have pursued TV in the future. So it's a great asset we have. We're fortunate to have them. Congratulations on the fantastic award. Congratulations to the high school, too, because a national award is a very big deal. So
it is.
Good job, and thank you very much.
Thanks.
Drivers headed to Liberty from Connersville have been using a detour for a few weeks now. We stopped by to see how construction is going.
I think they started April the 6th. And, I think we got till September. I'm pretty sure. I know they had a problem with grades, and they're working the grades out, so it may be a little bit past September, but we should be close. We have to take the bridge deck off the concrete beams, save the beam, preserve them, and then jackhammer them all clean, and then put pans down and rebar, and then a new bridge deck. Guys work a lot of hours out here. I mean, you know, they've been putting 10-hour days in jackhammer, and we're down to our last 81 feet now on jackhammer. But then we still got deck pans to put down, rebar to put in, forms to put up, concrete to pour, finish machine to set up. I mean, there's still a lot of work out here.
The bridge on Waterloo Road, just north of Connersville, is also under construction. Drivers who want to take Pennville Road need to loop around.
I am the foreman on this project for right now. We're here to demo the bridge, and then we got to bring a crane in to drive piling. So once we get that done, and maybe it'll finish up the end of next week, we'll move out and then the crew come in to build the bridge.
The Fayette County Public Library celebrated the return of Community Youth Day on July 14th. The event included a variety of activities for children and a visit from Magic Man Rusty.
Today is our 6th annual Community Youth Day. We have this great event at the Miller Center for our kids and their families, and everything is free here.
Okay, so there's a lot of vendors here from all around Connersville. We have Reed here. We have the, gosh, I don't know.
We have Reed, Natco, Meridian, Community Youth Care, Yarian.
Natco's here, Children's Bureau.
Union Savings and Loans Association, of course the Fayette County Public Library.
Yes, of course we're here.
And we have also a game truck here that is good for all ages, that is sponsored by Hedro.
And then we have all the kinds of types of trucks. So we have the fire truck and the ambulance and the police car and the garbage truck.
And our big event for today is Magic Man Rusty, who is a local Fayette County boy who has come back to do some magic shows for our kids.
It's been several years since we've been able to do it again in Connersville. I was fortunate enough to get the call and say, would you come in and do a series of goofy magic shows to entertain the kids? And I said, sure, and I'm here, and it's like a homecoming.
We've been out here and allowing some of the kids to come in, and they're getting to sit into the police car, they're getting to touch it, they're getting to touch our tack vest, which is extremely heavy. And so some of the funny moments, some of the kids, they didn't realize how heavy it was, so they're sitting there trying to hold it up, and the helmet, and then they would ask us different questions about what we do. So it's been an awesome time.
We are planning one for next year. It will be the second Thursday of July here at the Miller Center again from 11 to 3. So it will be on July 13th, 2023. And we hope that our friends and families and sponsors will return with us.
Fayette County artisan Tracy Burns just completed the Indiana Arts Commission's On-Ramp Accelerator program this week. Through her textile hooking programs and classes, Tracy is excited to share her talents and the information she gained at the Accelerator program to help our community grow its arts community.
I'm Tracy Burns. I do traditional hand-hooked rugs. I am an Indiana artisan. This is the seal of approval behind my quality from the state of Indiana. There are over 230 of us across the state. I am the only one in Fayette County, but I need to get more people on board. I'm the ambassador now for the area to bring this to fruition. It helps bring more tourism to our community because the Indiana artisans have trails from all over. They have brewery trails, winery trails, food trails, chocolatier trails, and it covers everything in between, and furniture and even jewelry. The Indiana Arts Commission is also part of the Indiana Artisans, but they're two separate entities, but they work together. I just finished this week going to the Indiana Arts Commission's on-ramp cohort entrepreneurship workshop. So it's an accelerator to get your art business up and running and to bring our communities together and to coordinate with other artists throughout the state as well as in our community to improve finding jobs, just different things like this, giving more artists a way to make money at their art, as well as engage with our community on doing different things in the community with service and just bringing beauty and better health to the area. I teach classes. I've done it through the Art Association a few times. I'm getting ready to probably start up another one. I taught a class at the Whitewater Valley Arts Association in January because ladies from Valparaiso asked if I would teach a class, and they came down here. But it's an old art that traces back to the Vikings, and I'm trying to keep it alive. It's considered a craft, but that's why I try to get it in art shows so that it can be seen by other people and make it a little bit more noticeable and show that it can be a fine art.
During Fair Week, the Community Drug Coalition will hold a Drug Take-Back Day. Jessica Burton explained.
Every year at the Fayette County Fair, there is we'll call it a community tent that several partnered agencies go together and plan activities for. This year, the Drug Coalition will be a partner in that tent, and we are planning a community drug take-back day for Tuesday, August 2nd from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. This is prescription drugs, whether they're current or expired, over-the-counter drugs, anything medication related that you have lying around and you don't know how to dispose of, please bring it to us. We will dispose of it safely. We'll have officers on duty that night to collect the goods and take everything safely to a disposal site. So we don't ask questions. We understand that in our community sometimes things get left behind that leave you in a very precarious situation. So the Drug Coalition is not here to judge or ask questions. We're just here to safely dispose of things that may be harmful to others in our community.
Thank you for watching. Here's Brad Coulter looking back to Connersville in 1869.
Hi, I'm Brad Coulter and this is Looking Back. A transformative year came for our great city, and that year was 1869. In a short time, big changes came and plans were set that laid a firm foundation for growth over the next 60 years, and we were on our way. During this year, the city was chartered, a mayor was chosen, the waterworks was started, and the fire department was formed. In the spring of 1868, a petition was signed by 801 citizens and was presented to town officials at a time when the town was estimated to have a population of 2,500 and the county nearly 11,000. The petition asked for an election to be held to turn the town into a city. A little over a year later, on June 16, 1869, the election was held and a huge majority voted in favor. On July 5th, an election chose William H. Beck as Connersville's first mayor. During the 1860s, the railroad had arrived in town, the first street lights were lit, and in 1868 alone, 52 buildings were built. So the city was fast on the move. Several other city officials were elected at the same time, including a clerk-treasurer and the city council, then only 3 members. In September of 1869, the council allocated $47,000 to erect the first waterworks. In a matter of a few months, it was built very near the present location of the street department offices. The machinery was propelled by water from the canal, and the water was also extracted from the same. Normal pressure was 25 pounds, but in case of a fire it could be propelled to 75 pounds. Today's normal pressure is closer to 85 pounds. 13 blocks of the city were soon served by water mains, many of which are still used today in good condition. With a reliable water source, steps were taken to form a fire department. Plans were made for 60 able-bodied men to be divided into 4 divisions of 15, 3 divisions of hose and 1 hook and ladder to be formed into a formal department. One hose division was located at 7th Street just west of the canal, another on Eastern Avenue just south of the railroad, and the remaining hose division and the hook and ladder at the City Hall on Court Street. The City Hall building had been the town hall since it was erected in 1848 by Sherman Schofield. The first floor belonged to the city and housed the fire department, and the upper 2 floors belonged to the Masonic Lodge and the Sons of the Temperance. This building cost $4,800. The department had 3 hose reels and 1 wagon with necessary hook and ladders. They had 1,800 feet of hose and 100 feet of ladders. The official formation of the fire department came online January 3, 1870. They eventually were paid $10 annually. The fire chief commanded the department was paid $50 a year. Since the completion of the waterworks, the department has been in service continually with many changes and upgrades. The firemen elected their own chief with approval of the city council. These sweeping changes in the pivotal year 1869 set in motion great things in the city. Being served by city government, the water company, and a working fire protection allowed for many new businesses, including furniture making and eventually buggies and automobiles. These citizens, made of courage and ideas, allowed for all that has followed since.